Hold on, wait. What can you see? Can you see me? Hello? Okay, you can. Okay, hello. I am Tomato Bitter Girl. I speak with the tomatoes. Is this upside down? No. Okay. Here's the thing. I just spent 3 hours journaling and I'm emotionally exhausted. Was I journaling anything emotionally exhausting? No. But I'm tired. And I was gonna do my media recap of the month because I actually watched 25 movies and 73 episodes of television, and I read 10 books. So I did a lot. However, I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now. But I did just redo my big bookshelf, which that's her. She's my pride and joy. I've had her since the 7th grade. I'll give you more lore a little bit. And then I redid my desk area. So I wanted to do a little tour with them. I am the type of person that my room changes all the time. So sometimes I do feel silly, constantly doing. I also am the type of person that, big changes are a big deal to me. I have autism. And I feel like I preface a lot of the stuff I say with, I have autism. But it is context. So big things are a big change to me. So if I slightly change something, I have to make a post about it. I have to show everyone in my house it. And that's just who I am as a person. But this is a pretty big my bookshelves have never looked like this, so I'm excited to show you. My room is clean to me, but my room may not be clean to you. I don't think my room is I don't think anyone would call it dirty. But I think some people would be there's still work to do. There's not work to do for me. I'm done. You can do the work if you want. You can come over and do that work. I'm not going to. But yeah, I'm just really tired. I have had the worst brain. I also have ADHD and I have had the worst brain fog the past few days. So I'm just coming down with that. But I want to show you my room so far and what I did and stuff. The next thing I want to work on is the walls. I am the type of person that hold on, my hand's tired. That loves covering her walls with tons of posters and tarot cards and little stuff. My walls are just one big collage to me, and I'm not super happy. I'm not unhappy, but I'm not happy with them. So I plan to redo those. But anyways, I'm gonna show you these shelves and the big bookshelf. I've already done a video on that shelf, and they really haven't changed, so I'm not going to show them. But we're gonna start with the shelf, and then we're gonna move on. So, okay, okay, hold on, I have to have a sip of water. You're just gonna hear me sip water. I hope this. Oh, don't look down there. So, the lore behind my desk, is it isn't a desk. And it's not upright. I actually tilted it, so it wasn't supposed to stand like that. I used to have a loft growing up, that, a loft bed. And that's what I would sleep on, and we disassembled it and got rid of it. And now I sleep on this gorgeous mattress. But, this is the only part I kept with it because I am the type of person that loves shelves. I love just having a bunch of shelves. So I kept it, and then I realized it was just kind of in the corner of my room and it didn't look good. So I realized I could turn it into a desk. And at first my dad got super mad at me. He's like, why did you do that? But I think he came around to it. I think he did. So down there, complete transparency. That's where I have been journaling for 6 years. And if you're like, that all can't be journals, you are right. Some of it isn't, but I would say over half of it is. A lot of that is old journals, whether it's old school journals or personal journals, or I'm also a writer, so characters journals. Either way, it is just old journals, and I am never gonna get rid of any of my journals. Am I gonna reread them? No. And will I let anyone read them? No. My journals are sacred, and like honestly, I think I'd be fine somebody reading it who knows nothing about me. I think I'd be fine. It's like in 100 years, if historians want to like read about a mentally ill teenage girl, they can, but nobody else is allowed to read them. So that is where I keep all of that. It is, I have a lot of things like that. Like, I have that. I think it's, like, the thing I'm most insecure about is, like, I don't think my room's dirty by any means, but I have just a lot of, like, I also collage and scrapbook a lot, so I have, like, a bunch of papers I'm keeping for scrapbooking or, like, you know. So, I just have a lot of, like, bins of paper and, like, notebooks and children's books, and so you're gonna see that in my room. Like that's another one. That's my old art cart that got broken that I keep books that aren't beautiful on, that don't deserve to be the case on my bookshelf. So that is the lore. Okay, that's the lore. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the desk part because it's probably my least favorite part. So I really hope you don't mind my mouth sounds. Actually, I'll start with my actual least favorite part, besides that. This is where I keep my computer. This is my monitor, this is my computer. This, as you can see, is 1,000,000 years old. It still works, so I can't play games on it, except Slime Rancher. I can play Slime Rancher, which is my favorite game. Can't play games on it, but it does work, and I do like it. I would like to get a laptop, but I still want to get rid of this. I still really enjoy it. Computer time is good time. That's my newest Care Bear. She's kind of ugly, but I appreciate her. Back there are reject journals that I still, like, am either using or, like, need. So I have 2 media journals. My first and third media journal. I'm on my 5th. So, I've been doing it for a little bit. I just started media journaling this year. And I want to keep those nearby because I like to record, like, and, like, what I did today was, like, write down every movie I watched over the month, so I'd, like, go through multiple journals. And also, they mean a lot to me because they're some of my first ever media journals. However, they were really cheap journals, and both of the covers came off. The third one is in better than condition. Hold on, I'm not even sure. The third one is in better condition than the first one, but they're rough. But I don't want to get rid of them. And then that middle blue one, I don't know if you can tell if it's blue, that middle one is my current personal journal, and that's just, it's kind of ugly. I think those journals are ugly, so I just put it back there, but I am still using it. And this one is where I put all my poetry, so. Okay, now it's time for the desk. This is the brief overview. Cutie, let's go. These are just controllers. This is my remote controller for my portable DVD player, which is right there. Oh, there's my doggy. Oh, it's not focused. Oh, it's not focused at all. Oh, that's my dog. That's my controller to the TV. It does work, however, like, if I try, and it's not because there's something right there. If I try to turn it on, it doesn't work. I have to press the button on the TV. This is my PS4. It's not mine. Well, it is now, but it wasn't mine originally. My mom got it for my sister as, like, a Christmas present when, like, it first came out. And my sister doesn't use it anymore. My sister's, like, a computer gamer, so it's mine now. And I really only use it to watch DVDs, especially, I used it a lot more when I didn't have a portable DVD player, but I am slowly, emphasis on slow, playing Telltale Batman, so. Okay, this is my most iconic thrift find. It was like $6, I don't know, at the thrift store. It's beautiful. That is a little spell jar. That is a Pillow Pet. I love Pillow Pets. These are 2 crystal bears. Bears are my favorite animal. Little crystal mushroom. That's me and my dead dog. He is unfortunately dead, but you know what? Lost a baddie. R.I.P. to my goat. That is my computer. Say hi, computer. She's, I guess, my monitor. That's a spell jar. That is Anna from Frozen 2. I actually got that at the theaters when it first came out when I was like 13. And now Frozen 2 is like one of my comfort movies. This little fox. I like foxes. She's cute. That's my stuffed animal, Molly Moo Cow. Hold on. Okay, that is Knuckles. Knuckles is my favorite Sonic character. I don't know anything about Sonic, but I like Knuckles. These are 2 candles. That is a statue of my dead dog that I painted to look like him because sometimes you're grieving and you do odd things. That is my Level-Out Snorl stuffed animal. It's one of my faves, and that is a big box. Okay. I am sitting down and it feels really nice. The thing I hate most about room tours, honestly, is that I have to stand up. I don't want to stand up. Okay. Here she is. Here is our first little nook and cranny. Okay. Oh my god, wait. Caesar. Okay, these are Brutus and Caesar. I thrifted them. They're most likely haunted, but I appreciate them. This is my library loan section. Everything media-wise is a loan except for Journal 3. I bought that at the library bookstore, so it's technically still a library book, but I bought it at the library bookstore for $1. Everything else, though, I am currently, like, borrowing from my library. I thrifted this from a local bookstore / thrift store in Arizona, and she's so cute. So she's the queen of the loans. This shelf will probably change the most and the most frequently just because I get new stuff from the library often. However, I do like it right now, and I do want to get the concept of her like sitting on the DVDs. I don't get a lot of books from the library. I'm an audiobook girly, so I don't get a lot of physical books. So I do think that will keep in mind. The 3 things I have from not my local library, but a library close to me that's not local are the CDs and Pride and Prejudice. I'm renting those. Everything else is from my local library, which is Gravity Falls Season 2, Batman Family Matters, Muppets Treasure Island, and The Dark Crystal. I've seen all of Gravity Falls, but for my rewatch, I'm currently on Disc 2, Episode 9. So, that is exciting. Okay, it's terrible. Hold on, I have to scoot my chair back. Come here. Come here. Okay. That's my laundry basket. Say hi. I'm gonna do the shelf. Actually, I'm gonna do the shelf. That's where I keep all my pretty journals that I want to show off because I think they're pretty. That's my little rabbit journal I got from HuffPost Books. And then that's where I keep my Ice Age movies. I really love my Ice Age movies. They are very special to me. This is my Ninja Turtle shelf. I am very lucky and very privileged that I have enough merchandise of all my hyperfixations to have little shelves or corners dedicated to them. My current hyperfixations are Scooby-Doo, Batman, and TMNT, and they've basically been like that all year, so it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it, and this is stuff I've collected for a while. The most recent thing is the Mutant Mayhem DVD, but everything else I've had for a while now. To go over it, the DVDs. Oh, you can hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna change your life. The DVDs. I have Mutant Mayhem, which is my most recent. Everything's thrifted except Mutant Mayhem and the box set. Then I have some episodes of Rise TMNT. I thrifted from a bookstore, a library bookstore. I have 2 DVDs of TMNT, like the 2007 movie, and neither of them have the DVD. It's a long story, I don't want to get into it. That's a Donatello figurine I got from Dollar Tree when I was like in the 4th grade. That's a little spell jar that is green, so I put it in here. That is Frankenstein, Bucktooth Frankenstein I got from Target when I was also in the 4th grade, and he's not a Ninja Turtle, but I like him. That's a Donatello Fuggler. I want all the Ninja Turtle Fugglers really bad, but I have the Donatello one. Leo's actually my favorite. I know I like only have Donnie stuff, but Leo's my favorite. That's The Last Ruin. I still haven't read it, but I'm hoping to. Should I keep it? Should I keep the flash on, guys? What do we think? What's my phone at? Let's see. What's my phone at? 31. Okay, we'll keep the flash on. we'll keep the flash on. Okay, hold on. Drink break. Drink break. Guys, look at my drink. Don't look at my feet. Don't look at my feet. I know he looks scary, but he is very cute. We call him Mr. Wigglebutt. He has a wiggly butt. I love you, Kobe. Okay. So, this is my bookshelf brief overview starting. Oh, hold on. I don't want to show. There's an inappropriate poster that I don't want to show. Okay, going down. Okay, where should I start? I'll start at the top, I guess. I have a lot of Care Bears. I collect Care Bears. And I had a phase where, like, I bought every single Care Bear thing I saw. If I had the money and there was a Care Bear, I was buying it. I no longer do that, and I'm now trying to only buy, like, Care Bears I really like. But these are some of my favorites. So, I thrifted that hat from my local thrift store. It is a Tinkerbell hat. I don't know how to style it, but it is very cute. And then I thrifted that hat from a yard sale, and I like it a lot. Okay, so I guess we will start with the top shelf. Lore behind this bookshelf. I got this bookshelf in the 7th grade because I read a lot as a little girl, and I was like, Dad, I want a bookshelf. And I was like, okay, we'll get you a bookshelf, and now I have a bookshelf. That is the lore. Okay, very interesting story. Okay, back there I have 2 vinyls. I used to have a record player. I don't anymore, but these are the 2 vinyls. I know Taylor Swift is weird. I know we don't like Taylor Swift. Here's my thing. I got that before I stopped liking Taylor Swift. Here's my thing, though. I think, unless the person was, like, morally apprehensible, like a horrible person, I think it's kind of fine to buy like a vinyl or CD and then exclusively listen to that artist through vinyl and CD and nothing else, because now you don't stream them anymore, and you maybe give them like $11. Like a CD's like $11, and then like you don't listen to them anymore. I think that's chill. I don't know what your guys' opinion on that, but I'm not going to be shamed for having a folklore vinyl. It's one of my favorite albums the whole time. I also have a Guts vinyl, and that's really fun. Okay, let's start out with what... Oh my god. Guys, this hurts my hand so... I have, I guess, no upper body strength. Damn. Sad realization. Also, if you're like, why do you only have 1 shelf for books and it's not even a full shelf? I'd like to say, you don't know me, you don't know my story. There's books elsewhere, so hop off, stop writing me. Anyways, these are McDonald's toys. They're my favorite McDonald's toys ever. Again, please don't comment at me for eating at McDonald's. This was... like 2022 that I got these. They're so cute. I honestly, I would collect more of these off of eBay. I love them. They're so cute. I think they're so adorable. I'm really glad I got these. And then in the back, I have some print media. If you can't see, I have lots of DVDs. I'm actually really happy with my DVD collection. This month, one of the things I'm really grateful that I wrote about for gratitude is I'm very happy with my physical media collection. I think I have a lot of... I think sometimes when you're collecting stuff, you just buy whatever you can, even if you're not in love with it. And I think you have a good collection when you use the stuff you collect and you're really in love with it. Because I think some people buy DVDs just to buy them and not actually watch them. I watch I watch so many DVDs. Most of the movies I watch, it's on DVD. So I am very grateful for my DVD collection. However, I'm trying to get more print media. I think print media is really fun. And this is basically everything I have. So let me go over. That is a book about pet grief. I haven't read it yet because it will make me cry, but I want to get more. My library bookstore is a really good selection of children's books. I just don't buy stuff often, but I would like to get more. I think I am gonna try to get more soon. That is a card I made. My sister's guinea pigs are named Tweak and Craig, so I drew Tweak and Craig. And the front has the guinea pigs on it. I drew the guinea pigs. It's honestly some of the best thing I've ever done. That is a Harley Quinn comic. I haven't read them yet. I just haven't, but I feel like those, like, I'll read comics. I read comics actually a lot. I just don't read, like, those types of comics because, like, I read, like, these types of comics, like, you know, like the books, you know, where there's a lot going on. These type of comics I think are extremely fun, but like half the comic is like ads and stuff, and it doesn't have too much going on. I still think they're really fun though. That is no shade, and if that's the type of comics you read, no shade. But I thrifted these at the library bookstore, and they're really fun. This is the one I'm like absolutely in love with. I think it's gorgeous. This one's really cute too though. And it is 4th of July coming up, and is that TNT? Okay, this is a Wildcrafts magazine I thrifted also from this. Actually, every single thing on this shelf that is print media, so not the vinyls and not the card I made, but everything else is thrifted from the same exact library. That is a Wildcrafts magazine. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was really cool, and I liked it, so I got it. That is another magazine I thrifted. It's about the 80s, and it's mainly just comics, and I thought that was really fun. Oh my god. Guys, my arm is so tired. I also have a bunch of coloring books I should probably display. I just haven't. So, I'll get to that in a little bit. This is my bookshelf that has books and some Scooby-Doo stuff. I'm not gonna go through every book. These are just some of my favorite books, are books that look pretty. I haven't read every single one of these, but I've read quite a few of them. I like them. I think they're cute. That is Lord of the Rings trilogy. I thrifted that for like, how much? Was it $10? It doesn't have the price tag. It was either $5 or $10. I think $5 though. But, hold on a second. These are little snails I thrifted from a yard sale. One of them broke, so now I only have 2, but they are very cute. They're very cute. Okay, this, I'm holding it weird because my arm hurts. Those are 2 little Care Bears. Again, I have a lot of Care Bear stuff. I just need somewhere to put them. That's a San Diego shot glass. I just felt it matched with Scooby-Doo's vibes. If you don't know, Crystal Cove and Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated takes place in California, so it's kind of on brand. These are all my DVDs of Scooby-Doo. Hold on. These are all my Scooby-Doo DVDs. All of these are thrifted except for Road Trip and the live actions. Everything else is thrifted from the same bookstore in Arizona called Bookman's. Those are McDonald's toys I've had for years, and I really wish I had Daphne as well. I love that I have Velma and Fred, but I wish I had Daphne. These are my favorite DVDs ever. I love them. I love Scooby-Doo. That is my favorite one I own. Zombie Island. Really fun. Really excited about these. Okay, this is the first shelf I ever like fully redid, and it's been like the same concept for a while. Some things have like switched. These DVDs and some of the CDs have like switched out, but otherwise it's been the same for a while. Hold on, my dad's going to bed. So let's just start with this corner. In the back, I got Playboy bunny calendars for a couple years in a row in my youth, so I have those, so ignore those. But these are some of my favorite journals, not like because I wrote really good stuff in them, I just think they're really pretty. So, and then these are like on top of that are some of my really old journals, and like these are, again, these ones aren't old, but they're like, I think I like how this looks. I have some of my favorite journals. I have a YouTube album that wait, what's back here? Oh, it's West Side Story. Okay. I was wondering where that went. I have a YouTube album that I stole from my dad because I still haven't found what I'm looking for, and With or Without You are the most romantic songs ever. Maybe they're not actually romantic, they just feel very romantic to me. Lana Del Rey album. Karopi. I got this from Vibe Below. He's very cute. This is a spell jar I did. This is a Princess Leia Hot Wheel that I should display more. My first dog was named Leia after Princess Leia. Oh wait, hold on, we're missing some. We're missing Butters. Butters. Got these Butters shot glasses. South Park shot glasses for Valentine's Day. This is one of my childhood stuffed animals. Thrifted this. These two I got from Walmart. That is a tarot card. That is a tarot card. I also thrifted these little salt and pepper shakers. One of my like old therapists got them for me. So I just love bears. You can tell. That is a note from one of my old teachers, my favorite teacher ever. So I had to keep that. I'm gonna go over all these DVDs in a sec because these are like some of my favorite DVDs or like ones I really want to watch. So we're gonna go over here. This is my panic attack candle. It is broken. It does not work. However, it smells really good, and whenever I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, I just sniff it. Also, it makes really good lid sounds. I got this from my old therapist. Zuko! I love Avatar. Folklore CD again. I got a CD, so I don't have to listen to her on streaming. Phantom of the Opera CD. This is just the highlights. I didn't realize that when I bought it. I wish it was the full album, but it is really fun to listen to. Okay, now I'm going to go over these DVDs. These are either some of my favorite DVDs or ones I really want to watch. I got Avatar: The Last Airbender, the entire series. It's at Walmart for like $15. I highly recommend. Rick and Morty Season 1. Matilda. I still haven't watched this. I also haven't watched Lady Bird. I just thrifted Lady Bird. I'm so happy I got it. But I'm horrified to watch these movies. These are the only two Tinkerbell movies I own. I really want to get the whole series. I just haven't yet. Princess and the Frog, really good. Princess Bride, really good. Horrified to watch this. I've heard it's sad, but I am so excited. Really excited to watch this. If you don't know anything about it, it's like it's directed by the guy who made Star Wars, and it's like a whimsical high fantasy children's movie, but the main characters are people with dwarfism, which is really cool. Puss in Boots: Last Wish, incredible movie. This is my favorite Shrek thing ever made, Scared Shrekless. I found it at a thrift store for $2. I love it. I also love this. This is one of my favorites. Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is the Frankenstein and Wolfman one. The Wolfman one is one of my favorite movies ever. I love it. Coraline. Freaks me out. Favorite Christmas movie. Merry Madagascar. I really love unhinged animated Christmas specials. Brother Bear, great movie. Surf's Up. I watch this every 4th of July. I don't celebrate 4th of July, but I do watch Surf's Up. And the second season of Teen Titans. Okay. I can kneel now, which I am excited for, because again, I don't like standing. Okay. This is my newest, like, I read this one and this one have been like the same for a while, but so is that one, honestly. This is like all pretty new. This used to be my Twilight shrine, and I don't like Twilight anymore. I still have all the books, and I keep them over there. I don't know if you can see there. I keep them over there, but and it's not like I don't dislike Twilight enough to get rid of all my books. I do, but I also think it's really funny to own them. So I'm still gonna keep them, obviously. But I dislike Twilight enough to not have a shrine of it on my bookshelf. I like have so much space on this bookshelf. I am quite literally not going to waste it on Twilight. However, New Moon. These are special editions. I just thrifted both of these from the same bookstore. They were each $1. That was originally $40. That at Goodwill is $8. I know that because there's a Goodwill tag on the back. I don't know how much it is new, but I love these DVDs. These DVDs are my pride and joy, best thrift finds ever. That is a jar I thrifted a while, like years ago. Love it. Got that trick-or-treating when I was 13. I got that from Dollar Tree. It broke because it's from Dollar Tree, but it is very cute. Monster Prom, Polaroid. I love Monster Prom. I grew up reading the first one, like the one on the bottom, and I just thrifted the second one. I think it's really cute. Okay, we're gonna save the Batman shrine for last because it's what I'm most excited for, and I'm the type of person to save things for last. So let me show you this bottom shelf. This technically has 6 shelves. One of them broke though, and I couldn't get the replacement like things that hold it up. So I now just have 5, which actually worked out just fine because if you don't know, putting your DVDs this way instead of like that way takes up a lot less room, and so this really worked out in my favor, honestly. Shout out to the girl who broke my bookshelf and didn't fix it. Thanks, Girly Pop. I've had these forever. They're so cute. They're just so hard to display. I wish I could like do something with them. I'm never gonna get rid of them, obviously, but like I wish I could do something with them. In the back, I just have some books that I don't know, there's books. These are my Romnu bottles. I actually don't like Romnu that much. I'm not the biggest fan, but I do think the bottles are really cute. This is probably my favorite. I got this from like a Daiso, and then these ones are really cute. And then this is something I thrifted. It's a giant sriracha bottle, which I thought was very cool. I have some CDs over here that aren't on display. And then, like, my only Blu-ray. My literal only Blu-ray. And then I got this giant Dollar Tree strawberry from Dollar Tree. And then, yeah, I'm not going to go over every single DVD I own, but this is basically all of them. Some of these I've had since childhood. Most of them, I'd say, like, 90% of them I thrifted. So this is basically my entire thing, and then I have my Polaroid. I'm really happy again with my collection. Most of these I, like, am actively watching or, like, plan to watch. There are some of them that, like, I don't get around to as much, but, you know, I do watch a lot of these, and I do really enjoy them. So, hold on one second. I knew it! My Brave CDs, DVDs in there. Because my Brave thing broke. Well, I'm gonna have to watch Brave. Okay, now it's time. Oh my god. Now it's time for the thing I'm most excited for. Okay. This is my Batman shelf. I am a liar, and I'm a liar, and I'm a thief, and you shouldn't believe me on anything. Because 2 of these are from the library, and I just have them displayed because they go along with the shelf. Usually I don't do that, and I kind of feel, like, insecure about doing that, because I'm like, why am I displaying things on my shelf like they're mine when they're really the library's? And then I realized my shelf changes, like, all the time, and so it really doesn't matter to, like, display something for a week and then give it back to the library. Okay, to address something. This is a Cedric Diggory Funko Pop. I usually keep it in my Twilight section because, again, Cedric Diggory is Edward Cullen, and I think that's really funny. However, I think it's more humiliating for Robert Pattinson to keep it in my Batman collection, because I think if you told Batman that somebody who played Edward Cullen was also playing him, he'd be humiliated. However, I do not support Harry Potter. I do not support J.K. Rowling. Does this disclaimer really matter? Because is anyone going to watch this? No, but I have to make it very clear to the single soul who does watch this that I hate that turf and I support trans rights. And this is like really the only Harry Potter merch I've kept, and it's because it's so funny, because that is Robert Pattinson, that is the Batman. Okay, disclaimer, let's move on. Dark Knights of Steel comic. This is my first comic I've ever read. I really liked it. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I haven't read this comic yet. I got it from the library bookstore. This is one of the library items. I loved it. This has the 2012 Turtles, which are my favorite Turtles, and I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. I'm obsessed with this movie. This movie has taken over every single second of my life. It's all I think about. I love it. If you don't know, it's Batman fights Jack the Ripper. It's really unhinged. It's honestly not that good of a movie, but I'm obsessed with it. And it's also for mature audiences, so just keep that in mind. Okay. All of these are thrifted except this one, so let me do a quick, okay, I've talked about this a lot, but I didn't like this movie when I first watched it, and then for some reason bought it on DVD, which I am ultimately grateful for, because I now love this movie. My most recent rewatch made me cry. This is my most recent Batman purchase. I got it at Harper. I got both of these at Harper's Books. It's Damian one. I bought this on a whim. I don't recommend buying DVDs on a whim. I like truly with everything in me, don't do that. But also, that's what I did. I bought this on a whim. It was $6. and I watched it and became obsessed with it. So at Walmart, they were selling the entire series for $20, and I got it. So yeah, okay. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for coming to my bookshelf tour. I love you. Goodbye.